Bruno, an old and wise village dog, lay beneath a big oak tree in the middle of a chilly night, gnawing on his last precious bone. He'd searched all over for it, and now he was ready to enjoy every juicy bite. But just as he settled down, a soft whimper broke the silence. Bruno's ears perked up. He glanced around, growling a little. From behind some old barrels, a small, scrawny puppy slowly came into view. The poor thing was trembling, his fur tangled and his ribs showing. His big, round eyes stared hungrily at Bruno's bone. Bruno frowned and clutched his bone tighter. He thought, "This is mine. I worked hard to find it. Besides, it's my last one." He turned away, hoping the puppy would leave. But instead, the little pup stepped closer, his sad eyes never leaving the bone. The puppy let out a weak whimper. "Please, sir, can I have just one bite?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper. "I haven't eaten in days." Bruno felt a pang of sympathy. He knew what it felt like to be hungry, but this was his last meal. He looked away, grumbling, "Get lost, kid. This is mine." But something inside Bruno made him pause. He thought about his younger days, and how, when he was little, an older dog had shared his food with him. With a heavy sigh, Bruno slowly pushed the bone toward the puppy. "Here," he muttered, trying to sound grumpy, "but don't expect more." The puppy's eyes widened with surprise. "Really?" he asked, hardly able to believe it. Bruno just grunted, Yeah. Just don't slobber all over it." The little puppy took a small, careful bite, savoring every taste. For a moment, they sat together in silence, enjoying the bone. Then, Bruno started telling stories about his days as a young dog, when he used to roam the village with his pack, exploring the forests and fields. The puppy listened with wide eyes, fascinated by every word. Suddenly, they heard a growl from the darkness. Out of the shadows came a big, scruffy stray dog, his eyes fixed on the bone. The stray looked hungry and dangerous, his lips curling up to show his sharp teeth. Bruno stepped protectively in front of the puppy, growling back at the intruder. "This is our bone," Bruno barked firmly, not backing down. He knew he had to be brave, not just for himself, but for the little pup at his side. The stray dog snarled, stepping closer, ready to fight for the meal. Just when things looked scary, a group of villagers appeared, holding lanterns and sticks. They had heard the growls and come to see what was happening. Seeing the stray dog, they quickly chased him away, shouting and waving their lanterns until he vanished back into the night. The villagers saw Bruno standing over the puppy, guarding him. They noticed how Bruno had shared his last bone with the little one, and it warmed their hearts. Soon, one of the villagers brought a bowl of warm soup and placed it beside Bruno and the puppy. Others brought bread, treats, and blankets, making sure the two friends had all they needed. Bruno looked down at the puppy, chuckling softly. "Guess it wasn't my last bone after all," he said with a wink. The puppy snuggled closer, his eyes shining with gratitude. From that night on, Bruno and the little puppy, who he named Max, became best friends. They shared food, warmth, and stories together. And the villagers made sure they were never without food or love, knowing that kindness and bravery could bring everyone together. This story teaches us that true kindness comes from the heart, and when you share with others, you might just end up with more than you gave away.